I think we have one more bill, don't we? And we'll open the hearing for Senate Bill 138. Good afternoon, Senator Hardy. Please proceed when ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Joe Hardy for the record. The future city of Laughlin has a Laughlin Lagoon that is virtually cut off from the flow of water in the Colorado River, and that virtual cutoff, because they can't dredge or open it up, creates a lack of economic development and economic opportunity. And so the proponents recognize that when you start looking at the what's allowed under the law, we didn't have the word maintenance. And maintenance would be important in order to be able to clear the channel so that boats can go in and out, fish can go in and out, and you don't have standing water as much as exists now. And so that's the genesis of SB 138, and it became more complicated than just putting in the word maintenance, but that's the genesis of the bill. The Clark County has a friendly amendment that is in Section 3 that changes another uniform and quantifiable to the same basis as was used for the computation of the waterfront project assessment or such other. So that is Clark County's friendly amendment. The Laughlin Economic Development Corporation has a letter that you have received that says, in essence, whereas something needs to be amended, therefore let's amend it to put in maintenance, and it's a little more complicated than that. Likewise, the Town Advisory Board of Laughlin had the same kind of uniformly unanimous desire to have this maintenance looked at. And you have a pretty picture, and I will, if you, with your indulgence, allow folks in Las Vegas to come to the table down there while we still can see them, and do the rest of what may be causing some questions.
Thank you, Senator Hardy. Appreciate you bringing this bill forward. And there's no questions here, so let's go to Las Vegas, and please proceed.
Good morning, Chairman Parks, members of the committee. For the record, my name is Robert Bilbray. I have been a homeowner and landowner in Laughlin for the past 40 years. I'm here representing approximately 88% of the private property owners fronting the Laughlin Bay Lagoon. As you know, this is a maintenance issue on what really represents an integral part of an economic development issue facing the community and has for the last 20 years. I would like to express my appreciation not only to Senator Hardy, but to Commissioner Sisolak, the Clark County Public Works Department, the Clark County District Attorney's Office, and Clark County Finance Department for assisting us in this minor amendment to what was established in the 2015 session as SB 47 under NRS 271. I think wanted to let the committee know that all the property owners have advanced over $210,000 against for the initial design for the project, and I understand there's a contract being drafted between our engineers and the county to proceed with the project. We estimate the project would be approximately $2.5 million. As the chairman knows, Senator, you were very close to the Laughlin community for so many years, so I wanted to let the committee know that, you know, Laughlin over the 40 years that I've lived there is almost the poster child for public-private partnerships in this state. We've installed over $400 million of jointly public-private developments in the community, and for that I express our appreciation to our Board of County Commissioners, both past and present. Before you see the extent of the intended development, and again, if you have any specific questions, I'll be glad to answer them. It's my understanding that the wording in this bill is completely signed off by the County Bond Council, and is definitely, we would recommend your support and appreciate your consideration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bilbray, for that presentation. Do we have any questions from the committee? Okay, I don't see any questions. We'd like to have the chair of the town board proceed. I think we'll have some questions, after we've had the full presentation. But if Mr.
Okay.
Mentz.
Yes, Chairman Parks, members of the committee, and Senator Gochia, Senator Menendo, Senator Ratty, and of course our own District 12 Senator Joe Hardy. I'm James Jim Maniaci. I wear two hats. I'm president of the Laughlin Economic Development Corporation and also chair of the Laughlin Town Advisory Board. And I'd kind of like to go back to the almost the very beginning of how this all came about. And it was in the early 60s when the course of the Colorado River was changed when the Bureau of Reclamation channelized the river. That formed this beautiful body of water behind the dike. And there's a picture hanging on Mr. Bilbray's hallway that shows no greenery at all that you can see in there. And as you can see from the picture that you have, it looks like a jungle now. And from 62 to 99, there was no dredging or anything done. In 99, based on Corps of Engineers diagrams, the channel and the lagoon were cleared out. But in the 18 years since then, it's refilled to where at low water, the level of the Colorado River rises and falls by the releases from Davis Dam. And when you're at low water, you cannot get your boats in and out. And it's very difficult to do even when the water flows are high. And this Laughlin Lagoon has been called a very unique gem. It's the only similar body of water in Nevada that's actually on the Colorado River. And so in 99, it was cleared out. Nothing's been done since then. And so we want to thank the Nevada legislature and the governor for signing the original bill to go ahead and clear it. And we strongly encourage you to add the maintenance factor in there. There's a channel that drains in from the right, and it's a blue dotted line on your picture. And there's a channel that comes down almost in the same alignment, and that's what's causing the critical blockage in the siltage. And once this is cleared out, this will be the springboard, the diving board for all of South Laughlin to be developed. The two-lane road you see on the right, the dark road, is the wider one is the Needles Highway. The little one that snakes down between the properties that are in yellow and the edge of the lagoon, that's Casino Drive. And there are some utilities all the way around. Others can easily be extended into this area, and it's several thousand acres of land that can be developed. and it's totally surrounded by the Mojave Station, the old Mojave Generating Station, Casino Drive, the Needles Highway, and the development there. And the lagoon is the crown jewel of this, the crown. The real estate values, and thus the money going into the county treasury from the property taxes, nobody's really been able to estimate how many fold increase that will be. The minimum I've ever heard is 3. I mean, guesses can go as high as 10. It's the property owners are willing to support the project, both the maintenance that it'll take, and I've heard a figure of around $500,000 every 3 to 5 years to come back and clean out what little silt has gone in. And this will be a very necessary springboard for Laughlin's economic development, as it's the most developable region of land that we have. We have the Laughlin Southland, we have the Mojave Station, and then we have South Laughlin, and then in North Laughlin we have the checkerboard BLM lands. That's where our growth will come. And you know, we're always looking to attract industries from California to the Southland, but this area here would be much more concentrated and localized development. There's some commercial land along Casino Drive. There's a big project called Emerald River that's just to the south of the yellow pieces there that actually front the mile on the, there's about a mile of front footage on the lagoon. So I'd be happy to answer any questions, or try to anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maniaci. I hope I said that right. Questions from the committee? Okay. I guess I have a question, and you're looking to do a local improvement district, and this, and I got the $500,000 for every 3 to 5 years. This would be shared by the property owners who are shown here in yellow, or would it extend beyond to, would other property owners be included in this local improvement district?
Senator and committee members, Mr. Bilbray will answer.
Thank you.
For the record, Robert Bilbray. Senator Parks, it would all be, the yellow is the participating properties. There's 26 of them. There's approximately 13 property owners. And for the record, I think I own about 12% of the 5,700 footage, linear footage on the lagoon. As to answer your question, yes, all the design costs, the construction costs, both for the initial construction, which is estimated somewhere in the area of 2.2 to 2.5 million, will be paid solely by the property owners, as will the ongoing maintenance, estimated between $300,000 and $400,000 every 4 to 5 years. Hope that answers your question, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Bilbray. Yes, it does. We have a question from Senator Ratty. Please.
Are any of the current property owners in yellow against the establishment of the improvement district?
Again, Robert Bilbray, through you, Mr. Chairman, to Senator Roddy. There was 88% support from the property owners, and 12% out-of-state property owners didn't respond to the county's inquiry, Senator. So there was no one publicly in opposition to the project.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Ratty. Further questions? Okay. I'm not seeing any further questions at this moment, but we may have some more for you. What I'd like to do is to ask if there's anyone else who'd like to come forward to speak in support of SB 138. Good afternoon, Mr. Futenberg.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. For the record, John Futenberg representing Clark County. I'd like to thank Senator Hardy for allowing us to work with him and provide this friendly amendment. And as amended, we do support the bill.
Okay. Thank you. Before you leave, I think we may have a reference to, since bond counsel has approved the language of the bill, I guess you may want to ask, we may want to ask you if bond counsel also approved Clark County's amendment. So do you know if your amendment has been submitted for concurrence by bond counsel?
For the record, Mr. Chairman, John Fudenberg representing Clark County. I'm not aware of that, but I can certainly look into that. I'm not sure that they've seen our amendment.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. No further questions, but okay. Is there anyone else either here in Carson City or down in Southern Nevada who'd like to provide testimony in support of Senate Bill 138? Okay. Is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to Senate Bill 138? Okay. Is there anyone who'd like to speak in the neutral position on Senate Bill 138? If not, Senator Hardy, would you like to come forward and give concluding remarks? And I do believe you indicated that you do support the proposed amendment by Clark County.
I support the amendment, I support the bill, and I support economic development, I support growth in Laughlin, and I support lots of things.
Does that extend to putting on your waders and helping dredge?
So my waders aren't big enough or deep enough, but I look forward to seeing boats go in and out of that area and having the economic development that will bring. Thank you.
Thank you. As someone who spent a lot of time during the decade of the 80s in Laughlin, I would certainly support anything that we could do. I think it's a gem, and I know that Big Bend State Park, which is just downstream, is a jewel that can certainly be put to much greater use. And I know it's getting great use now, but I think there's a whole lot more potential. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. With that, I don't believe there's any other comments on Senate Bill 138, so we'll close the hearing. And the only other thing we have is public comment. Is there anyone who would like to come forward and provide public comment? Okay, not seeing any. That concludes our hearing for today, and we are adjourned. Thank you very much.